imagine one of those perfectly lazy Sunday afternoons, the kind where you're just vibing with your family, when suddenly, out of nowhere, a woman shows up at your mansion and starts shooting? Yes, this nightmare actually happened to Rihanna, and the details that are coming out now are more chilling than any thriller movie you've ever seen. Allegedly, Jason Lee has spilled even more details about what truly went down, and knowing Jason, he wouldn't exaggerate when it comes to someone Rihanna trusts implicitly. This is the kind of stuff that keeps you up at night, and let me tell you, it's messy, it's raw, and it's disturbingly close to reality.
Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to shut the up, okay? Shut the Yeah, she's a witch. She's a witch. I'm a watchman. She's a witch. Get that stupid girl out of here. Okay? They can't do this. They can't do this. That's why you got Rihanna over there all jealous. Because how am I? Because her faith is the devil. Rihanna's faith is the devil. Okay? I don't like her, and she's always trying to steal from me. And she has not ever put out any music to reach people. She only did her little music thing so that she can do witchcraft. And so that she can steal from people. So everybody, please, don't listen to her, don't follow her, don't give that girl any air, space, or time, because she's stealing from you.
We're talking about a woman, Ivana Ortiz, who apparently drove all the way from Orlando to Los Angeles in a white Tesla, parked outside Rihanna's Beverly Hills mansion, and unleashed 10 rounds on the house. Think about it, Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, their 3 little ones, and her mom all reportedly inside when this happened. Imagine just washing dishes and suddenly realizing you're being targeted. Pulls through gates, holes through walls, and the terrifying realization that someone could have been gravely hurt. It's like a living nightmare. But yes, thank God, everyone is okay.
You know you can have a soul tie with somebody it's not family, but do you believe you can have a soul tie? Do you guys believe that? You can have a soul tie with a human being. And I believe there's a soul tie between me and Rihanna. I'm going to tell you.
The police swooped in, capturing Ivana a mere 30 minutes later at a Sherman Oaks mall. But the story doesn't end there. Witnesses described her as a woman with braided hair, in a cream-colored blouse, driving a car with a dirty undercarriage. She was arrested, charged with multiple counts. But here's where it gets even more chilling. Social media posts from her resurfaced, showing disturbing obsessions with Rihanna. She called her a witch, the devil, and countless other disturbing things. This wasn't a random act. This was the explosion of a deep obsessive fixation. And it begs the question, how much of this was truly her alone? And when it comes to someone Rihanna confides in during times like these, it's Jason Lee. Their friendship is one of those rare celebrity connections that feels real, unscripted, and unsanitized for the cameras. Unlike the typical see you at red carpets and PR events kind of industry friendships, Jason is someone Rihanna trusts with her private life, with moments that happen when the cameras are off, when social media isn't watching, when the world isn't listening. Their relationship is intimate, protective, and surprisingly un-Hollywood. Jason first met Rihanna at fashion events, like New York Fashion Week, and gradually became someone she could rely on, not just for media leaks, but for trust. And that's huge because Jason runs Hollywood Unlocked, a platform notorious for spilling celebrity secrets, often messy, sometimes controversial. Yet Rihanna leaned into that connection, a rare choice that tells you everything about how much she trusts him. She's private, extremely cautious, yet she chose Jason to be her inside person. That's a big deal in celebrity terms. Even when Rihanna had her first baby with A$AP Rocky, she gave Jason the first official photos of her child to post on Hollywood Unlocked. She could have gone to any major magazine, any media outlet, but she chose a friend, someone she trusted to handle her most personal moments. And from what Jason shared, Rihanna has been fiercely protective over her family, intentionally careful with her influence, juggling motherhood with the unrelenting chaos of fame. She's become more deliberate, more focused, yet she still keeps her humor, her spark, her humanity intact. Now let's get back to the terrifying setup. The incident itself screams questions that are impossible to ignore. How did Ivana know exactly where to go? Celebrities in gated neighborhoods don't make it easy. Addresses are protected. Security is tight. Surveillance cameras everywhere. This wasn't a simple I Googled it scenario. It was precision. Someone, somewhere, either provided directions, encouraged her obsession, or manipulated her. Combine that with the fact she brought a high-powered rifle, and the story turns into a thriller you can't put down. As Jason and Rihanna discussed privately, the possibility of a setup is very real. Did someone push her online, feed her conspiracy theories, direct her? Could someone have manipulated her obsession into action? We may never know for sure, but the internet is already buzzing with theories. Multiple rounds fired, yet no injuries. Was she trying to scare, intimidate, or was this a warning from a hidden hand? The possibilities spiral out into an intense storm of speculation. Jason Lee, being the friend he is, has reportedly become Rihanna's lifeline in this ordeal. She and her family have left their home, gone to an undisclosed location, and the updates from Hollywood Unlocked are all we have. The official narrative is obsessed fan, but when you dig deeper, the rifle, the cross-state travel, the obsession, the targeting, it starts to feel like something much bigger, something orchestrated. Rihanna's trauma will linger, undoubtedly. The sheer intensity of this invasion into her home and personal life is enough to leave anyone shaken for life. And yet, even amidst the chaos, the trust between Rihanna and Jason Lee shows a rare light. She confides, she shares, she lets someone witness her life off camera. She lets someone help her navigate a world where obsession and fame collide violently. The attack may have been aimed at her, but the bond she shares with Jason provides a protective shield, a safe harbor in the storm. The real questions remain, and they're haunting. How did this happen? Who was involved, if anyone else? Was it purely the act of a deranged woman, or was there someone orchestrating from behind the scenes? With each layer of this story, the intrigue deepens and the emotional stakes skyrocket. Rihanna, her family, and everyone involved will never see things the same way again, and the story is far from over. Now let's dissect the chilling dynamics behind this attack, because you know the gossip world never sleeps, and neither do the theories. Some insiders are saying that Ivana Ortiz's obsession with Rihanna wasn't just casual fangirling gone rogue. It had layers. Videos and social media posts allegedly from Ortiz resurfaced online, showing her calling Rihanna a witch, the devil, and other disturbing names. The obsession wasn't subtle. It was loud, creepy, and terrifyingly personal. Imagine being labeled with that level of hate by a stranger, and then imagine that stranger driving across the country armed and targeting your home. This isn't just fame-related drama. This is life-threatening, and it's why Rihanna confided in Jason Lee immediately. The friendship between Jason and Rihanna is rare, almost cinematic in its authenticity. Jason isn't some industry hanger-on. He's someone she trusts with the parts of her life the public never sees, the quiet, unfiltered human moments. From what we've learned, they hang out privately, with no cameras, no Instagram stories, no press or paparazzi lurking, random karaoke nights, late-night talks, chilling like regular friends. This is the kind of connection that most celebrities can only dream of. Jason isn't just her friend, he's her confidant, someone who knows her routines, moods, and even vulnerabilities. In situations like the shooting, that trust becomes vital. Think about this. Jason first met Rihanna at New York Fashion Week, the chaotic whirlwind of high fashion and celebrity energy, and somehow, amidst all that, built a bond strong enough for her to confide in him about her family, her private moments, and yes, even threats against her life. That she chose him to be the first to share official baby photos speaks volumes about their trust. Not just trust, but an understanding that he respects her privacy, her control over her narrative, and her life. In a world where everything can be weaponized against you, that trust is invaluable. Now, circling back to the attack, the precision, the planning, and the method suggest more than just a random act of obsession. Think about it. Ivana drove from Orlando to Los Angeles, armed with a high-powered rifle, knew exactly where to go, and fired 10 rounds at Rihanna's home. The accuracy and confidence scream preparation. And when you consider celebrities' houses are usually hidden, heavily secured, and surveilled, you can't help but wonder, how did she know the exact location? Someone may have given her the directions, orchestrated the obsession, or guided her in subtle ways. That's what makes this story unnerving. Multiple rounds fired, holes in the gate, one even through the wall. Luckily, no injuries. But this raises questions about intent. Was the goal to intimidate, terrify, or was there something else entirely? People online are speculating non-stop. Could someone have manipulated Ivana, pushing her mental instability to this breaking point? Could this have been an elaborate setup designed to make headlines while endangering Rihanna and her family? These are the questions that keep everyone on edge. Jason Lee, of course, is in the center of all this, acting as a lifeline and information hub. Updates from Hollywood Unlocked are all we have, and according to sources, Jason and Rihanna have discussed the possibility of a setup. It's not just paranoia, it's plausible. The cross-state travel, the rifle, the exact targeting, and the obsessive behaviors align with someone being influenced or guided. Jason's insights are key because Rihanna trusts him to share information responsibly, and the public is left piecing together the puzzle from there. Safety became the top priority. Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, and their children were reportedly moved to an undisclosed location immediately after the incident. The protective measures underscore the gravity of the situation. This wasn't just a random freakout, it was a threat real enough to demand relocation. For a woman who built a fortress of privacy around herself, being forced to flee her home with her family is a trauma few can comprehend. This event didn't just threaten her life, it shook her sense of security in a way that's hard to recover from. The speculation doesn't stop there. Fans and internet sleuths are poring over every detail. How did Ivana get the rifle? How did she know Rihanna's address? Was someone behind her? There's a pattern here that can't be ignored. Obsession, access, preparation. In celebrity culture, it's often hard to separate reality from manufactured drama, but this is raw, real, and frighteningly close to home. And it's why Jason Lee's voice matters, because Rihanna trusts him to be the bridge between her private reality and the public narrative. But here's the thing, this incident, as terrifying as it was, also highlights Rihanna's humanity in ways the public rarely sees. She's fiercely protective, incredibly calculated, and aware of the dangers that come with fame. Yet, she also chooses to confide in someone, to share her story, to have her life acknowledged with dignity, even amidst chaos. It's a delicate balance between vulnerability and control, and in moments like these, it's clear who she trusts and why. Ultimately, while the official story is obsessed fan, the undercurrent of fear, speculation, and potential orchestration looms large. How much of this was truly Ivana's independent action? How much of it was influenced, guided, or amplified by others? Was it just obsession, or a carefully engineered scenario that played out to the public's horror? These are questions that may never fully be answered, but the impact on Rihanna and her family is undeniably profound. As the dust settles, one thing is clear. Rihanna's life, though glamorous and public, is also incredibly fragile in ways most people never imagine. The shooting, the obsession, the questions of setup, it all converges into a reality that's frightening, intensely private, and deeply human. And through it all, Jason Lee remains her anchor, her confidant, and the one person she trusts to manage the narrative while she protects her family. The story isn't just about obsession, it's about trust, survival, and the hidden vulnerabilities of someone the world only sees through curated lenses. This incident will likely change how Rihanna navigates fame, security, and privacy forever. The cross-state shooter, the high-powered rifle, the potential setup. It's a stark reminder that obsession and danger can lurk in the shadows of celebrity life. And as much as the public wants answers, it's clear that Rihanna is choosing safety, discretion, and trusted voices over sensationalism. In the end, this story is as much about the terrifying closeness of danger as it is about the bonds of trust that protect those in the limelight from harm. The official narrative continues to unfold, and we all wait for Jason Lee's updates to piece together the complete story. But one thing is certain, this was no ordinary obsession, no minor threat. It was a collision of fame, danger, and trust, leaving us with more questions than answers, but a deep understanding of how precious real friendships are in a world obsessed with spectacle.